Kia ora, good evening. This is 3 News. Well, the government is giving police the power to issue move-on orders to ban rough sleepers from an area for up to 24 hours. Justice Minister Paul Goldsmith described it as an additional tool for officers to prevent town centres from becoming places of intimidation and dysfunction. But as Zane Small reports, the government is now facing accusations from Labour of criminalising homelessness and poverty.
His name, he told us, is Magic. He's 55 and asking for cash on the streets of central Auckland.
I've been on the streets since I was 7 years old. Wow. And I'm making 56 this year.
How is that? Is it a tough life?
It is.
A tough life set to get tougher because under a proposed law change, all forms of begging will become subject to move-on orders. New powers the government wants to give police.
We're going to be introducing legislation into the House soon to give the police an extra tool to deal with antisocial and disorderly behaviour, and that is move-on orders.
The Summary Offences Act will be amended to give police the ability to temporarily ban people aged 14 and older who are rough sleeping, begging, appear to be inhabiting a public space, obstructing a business or displaying disorderly or threatening behaviour.
What we're saying is that as a country, it's wrong to say that we can have people living on the streets. It is not safe for them. It is not good for the people that come in and want to use that space.
Police will have the power to issue move-on orders for up to 24 hours, and the penalty for failing to comply will be a fine of up to $2,000 or up to 3 months in prison. Labour has described the policy as cruel.
It is criminalising homelessness and it's criminalising poverty as well.
We put that to the government. Does that mean the fact that they were just rough sleeping is not allowed?
What is criminalised is refusing to follow a move-on order.
But do you think it does create a bit of a grey area about whether living on the streets is illegal or not?
No, it's very clear. What we're doing is giving the police an extra tool to deal with that group, to reclaim our streets.
The Central Auckland Business Association has been calling on the government to address antisocial behaviour.
We have to be a city now that grows, that attracts investment and that is aspirational, one that looks after our people but actually is a great place to invest and do business. So we are happy to have been heard.
There's discretion in terms of what we allow our police officers to do, and so if there is a need for discretion, then that will be given to make sure that people get the help and support they need.
Homelessness has been rising, particularly in Auckland. A recent count from the National Homelessness Data Project showed the number of people living rough more than doubled from 426 to 940 in the year to September.
And last year we funded over 200 additional spaces for housing for people in the CBD who need it, and we have placed around 150 people into housing over the last few months.
They'd need at least 1,000 to respond to the need in terms of homelessness in Auckland alone.
Magic told us he has a place to stay, but he begs for cash because he's hungry. Are people generous? Do they give you money?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
But when the new law comes into effect, he won't be able to rely on that generosity because beggars will be told to move on.
So Zane, I can see there's already a lot of reaction coming in on this.
Yeah, quite a range of feedback coming in. We've got the Greens echoing Labour, describing the policy as punishing homelessness and poverty. But then the Auckland Business Chamber is calling it a sensible and necessary step to strengthen safety in the city centre. Then you've got the Retail Association kind of taking a middle ground here, saying that the move-on orders may provide some relief for that antisocial behaviour in the city. But they're also questioning how effective these move-on orders will be, given that they're only up to 24 hours and that those people could just come back. Now, the public will get to have their say on this. The Justice Minister confirmed today that there'll be a select committee process at Parliament. I asked Labour if they would repeal this if they were successful at the November election. Carmel Sepuloni said that it's too soon to say, given that the legislation is still being written.
Yeah, so more to come on this. Thank you very much, Zane Small.
Thank you.